There's a story of a young girl who was moved by the request of her preacher a few weeks before Christmas, over 50 years ago. Hi, this is Tony Agnesi. The preacher had mentioned from the pulpit that there was a family in the congregation of their very small church that was down on their luck. The father was unemployed, the oldest child was ill, and every penny they had could hardly keep the family together. Wouldn't it be nice, the preacher offered, if the congregation would bring in what they could next Sunday and we'll present it to this wonderful family? That young girl was determined to do what she could that week and would bring in all the money she could accumulate to help them. She tapped her piggy bank. She looked for loose change in the sofa cushions. She even helped a neighbor with some chores to earn an extra dollar. All in all, she accumulated $2.73. The next Sunday, as she walked down the center aisle to drop off her $2.73 in the basket, she felt humble, embarrassed that she could only give the needy family less than $3. At the end of the service, the preacher called the family up in front of the congregation to present the money that they had collected. And to the young girl's amazement, it was her family. You know, I heard that story from this very same young girl. Now it was 50 years later, and she was a very successful businesswoman. She told the story from a banquet podium the night she was honored for her philanthropy and her generosity. Her story reminded me of the poor widow's two small coins, the widow's mite from the Bible. She was generous even though she had very little to give. You know, the story to me proves only one thing, that generosity has absolutely nothing to do with the person's financial situation. A generous person is generous whether they're rich or poor. In my experience, some of the most generous people I have ever met were people with very limited means. They give out of the kindness of their hearts. They give to be a blessing. They give out of a sense of gratitude, and they work so that they have a chance to give. They realize that it is impossible to love without giving. As Henry Drummond said, the most obvious lesson in Christ's teaching is there is no happiness in having or getting anything, but only giving. These people truly have the heart of a giver. They realize that giving increases their happiness. They don't give in order to get. They have no selfish motives, and they often give anonymously as to not to draw attention to themselves. You know, if I asked you, who are the most Christ-like people you know? Many of you would say, my grandma, my mom, a special aunt, my father, grandfather. And the reason is they have a generous heart. Well, what can we do to have a giving heart? You know, we can start by counting our blessings. Gratitude leads to generosity when we realize that no matter our circumstances, someone is suffering more. In 2021, let's make it a goal to have a giving heart. If you enjoy these reflections, we invite you to subscribe or follow us here on YouTube and Facebook Live. And if you think someone could benefit from them, we ask you to share them with your friends, either through email or through social media. By subscribing, you'll get these reflections sent to you every Tuesday and Friday morning. This is Tony Agnesi. Have a wonderful week during this fabulous Advent season as we prepare for the coming of Jesus on Christmas Day. God bless you.